Welcome to the K. I'm Shine with Sun. Please introduce yourself.
I'm Cliche Aman.
What got you into the world of music?
Should we do that again?
Yeah.
Because like I remember like in the first one we were like I'm Cliche Aman and I make music, and then you said that was a good segue when you bounced off, because I was like and I make music, and then you're like,
oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Okay, let's just redo that then. Alright.
Hey guys, you're back with Welcome to the K. I'm Shine with Sun. Please introduce yourself.
I'm Cliche Aman and I make music.
What got you into the world of music?
Honestly, I was just like a really big fan of music when I was growing up, and like I used to always write little songs, and they weren't like anything like major, but you know, I just like when I got the opportunity to start making like my own beats when I was like younger, I jumped at that opportunity at school, like on GarageBand and shit, and like the fucking computer. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that was like, those are some good times, you know. That's like really where I started making like my first like beats and like anything like that. And then I didn't really do it for a while, and then kind of like at the beginning of high school I started making music again, and I've just kind of never really stopped since then. What
got you like into, how do you like get into like rapping, or like think of like your song lyrics and like making beats? Like do you just like start, like you just go at it, or do you have like a process you go through?
It kind of just depends, because sometimes like with like certain it depends on what I'm making. If I'm making like a rap song or whatever, or like a song where it's gonna be heavily reliant on the beat, then it's most likely gonna be done as soon as I have the beat. But other times with like certain punchlines and stuff, like or like good like one-liners, like I'll just kind of tuck those away. So like whenever I get those, like if I'm like, you know, just kind of like just out, I'll like, you know, write down lines and stuff. But usually it's just with a beat. That's like the main first step.
Wow, that's amazing. So like it just kind of comes to you then naturally.
I mean, I guess so. I don't know. Yeah.
What's the biggest obstacle like you faced so far? Like any bad like things you had to just like face to like get over to keep going in your career?
Nothing like major obstacles, because like I'm pretty like not major. Like I'm just like in my basement making music. So like the biggest obstacle is like, you know, just making sure that like I'm not making too much noise or whatever. So like that's like, you know what I'm saying. But like just like in general, like I think that just over the years I've kind of felt like I haven't been progressing in certain ways that I've wanted to. So I've taken like a couple steps back, and like, you know, I've just gone back to the basics, and like always made sure I've done that. But you know, I guess that would be my biggest obstacle. Sometimes I run into those walls.
Wow, that's crazy. Who are your influences like growing up, or even now?
Growing up, I really like this guy named J. Paul. He had this like demo that leaked that was like a really big, that album to me was like huge. It was like 14 songs. That was like supposedly somebody stole this guy's laptop, and like they like leaked his songs or whatever, and they put them on like Bandcamp, and like they were to sell, and then the guy was like, oh no, don't buy them. But yeah, anyway, so I used to listen to that album a lot. That guy is a big influence on like the way I mix and like my sound and all that. And like just like as far as rappers go, like MF Doom is like a huge influence on me. I really like, you know, obviously, you know, Drake, Kanye West, like everybody, you know, big. I'm just a big fan of music, you know.
So like you don't really have like a favorite, you're just like fans like everything.
Yeah, man, everything's good to me, you know, and everything that's like, you know, I even like some country songs too, you know. It gets kind of greasy, but it's alright. They're good.
Well, there's one country song that Lil Nas and Billy Ray Cyrus came out, and it was actually really cool, like country rap song.
Yeah, I really like what Lil Nas is doing. I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's very good.
This is kind of like a touchy question, but like how do you think rappers passing away is like affecting the music industry? Because like we lost so many rappers in the past, like last year, even like now.
I mean, that's kind of like one of those things that's like people always pass away. You know, I think it's unfortunate that, you know, a lot of famous people that people love and admire are passing away, but like at the end of the day, people do pass away, and like that's just kind of like one of those things. It is preventable, but like I'm not gonna tell anybody how to like live their life, and I'm like nobody really would care what I would have to say about that. You know, it's just like one of those things that's like unfortunate. You know, from the outside looking in, it's like very like difficult to gauge. You don't want to see anybody young on the cusp of their potential, you know, have that taken away from them. And like I think that's like at the core of like anybody that's trying to do this, that's like their biggest fear, you know, of passing away too young. So like whenever that happens, you know, it's easy to sympathize with them because like, you know, that's like not where they wanted to leave it off at. And you know, and there's like so many examples that we've had that, you know, it's like it's really like shitty to think about, you know, but unfortunately those things happen, you know. It's more of a reflection on like I think like there's nothing that I could like really like pin it down on, you know, like I don't really know. It's like kind of what my stance is on it, you know. It's sad, but I don't know.
Yeah. You can't really do much. So you can try to like send a positive message like to the youngsters about not doing heavy drugs or bad drugs, but like you can't really do anything with like the big rappers or anything.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's very true.
What makes your music unique?
Oh, I'd say it's unique because that's a really good question. I don't know what would make it unique because to me when I'm looking at my music, I'm not really looking at it from like anybody else's eyes but my own. So if somebody else looks at it and says it's unique, I think that's a better perspective that they would have. For me, it's just I'm making what I like and like the things that I find interesting and the things that, you know, the references I like, you know, like I like horror movies and like I like wrestling and like I like, you know, I like weird shit, like I like rock and roll and like I like, you know, I like fucking Black Flag and shit, you know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like everything that like I make is like a result of all my influences, you know, and like, it's just like, I don't know. For me, if it's like the way I want to make it, then that's how I want to make it. I don't know if that makes it unique or not, but that's just how
I think it like makes you unique. And then if you feel, I don't know, I've heard your beats and I was like listening to them, it was like, this is so different from what I've heard, like Zen.
Being able to make music is a big Zen thing for me. Just like being able to have that outlet to be able to just like, you know, it's a very like fun thing to do, you know, make music. So like I guess like that's like always what keeps me like centered and very, you know, calm or zen, I guess.
When the first time I met you, you actually came out with your own like fashion line, like brand. Like tell me more about that. And like you said, like you're like starting to make merch for people and more people are reaching out to you.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I've been making my own clothes for a while. Like I made this shirt that I'm wearing right now. It's like cliche, which is, you know, cliche Aman, but cliche is like the stuff that I'm making. And like yeah, I don't know, I've just been making it, you know, I just make it out of my basement and shit. It's pretty low quality. But I don't know, I'm just doing it for fun, you know, I'm doing it because I can do it, you know, that's the main reason I'm doing it.
But watch out, once you like put it out there or like other people that like, you know, collab with you, put it out there, that your inbox might be like hitting it up. People are gonna be like, what's your number? Can you get this done for my brand or this number? You never know.
Word. I mean, I don't really like, we'll see what the future has to hold, but like I just do it because I like to do it. And like I don't know, I like to look sick, I like to look wavy in my own clothes, so like, you know, it's a good way to do it, you know. And like I think the major thing that like I want to promote with like cliches, like I do like a lot of stuff on like fabrics that have already been like secondhand stuff. So like I'll go to the thrift store and buy a bunch of blank tees and then I'll repress like stuff on them. And the reason I'm doing that is like the recycling, you know, like it's very cliched to come out with your own merch, I guess you could say. So like the cliche merch is like just like stuff that, you know, I've been like recycling. And like, you know, like this is like a shirt, like literally the shirt I'm wearing right now is a shirt I had since I was like 13, and then like I just recently put the logo on it, and like I'm not like planning on selling it to anybody, but to me like that's what the symbolism of like cliche is, like, you know what I mean, like reprising it and like, you know.
No, that's good because I feel like we're not really saving the environment right now, and people are just
that's like, what I'm saying. There's a reason for the globe logo too, you know, save the planet, you know.
Save the planet.
It's all about the world at the end of the day, and the world is yours if you want to make it.
No, because like I agree, because like I always, if I don't wear clothes anymore, I just donate it to like valuable, because if it's like not valuable to me anymore, it's gonna be valuable to someone else. So like,
yeah, that's really true.
I don't think you should just like throw it, because then it's gonna be ending up in a landfill, and then it's like,
yeah,
you don't know where the hell it's gonna go.
Exactly, right. And like, I don't know, I think that like a lot of labor laws around like getting cheap shirts made are pretty like trash, and like it's very unfortunate that people that are, we're living in 2020, and there's people that are working in certain conditions that are like in factories that make like these like shirts that are like, if you go to like get a shirt to like get pressed up, right? You're gonna go to talk to the guy, and he's gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna charge you X amount of money. We'll get you all these shirts. All those shirts are gonna be the exact same. They got those shirts from a factory. The people that made those shirts in the factory were probably getting paid nothing to make those shirts for the price that they're getting them at. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I agree.
so it's like, I don't want to like support that. You know, I'd rather, you know, like, this is something that's like, again, I'm doing it because I want to do it. You know, like I don't really give a fuck about having all my shirts look the exact same. You know, like that's kind of.
No, I feel like it's better to be like unique and like, I don't know, it just like makes your brand or who you are like different than, you know, going to like wherever everybody like goes to shop, or like, I don't know, be an individual, like do what makes you happy, like, you know.
Yeah, no, I feel that 100%.
Where do you see yourself in like 5 to 10 years?
5 years, I see myself like still making music, of course, at a bigger scale than what I'm doing right now. At the core, still doing exactly what I'm doing. And in 10 years, then I would hope to like maybe not have to make music. You know what I'm saying? Like still just keep it as a hobby, but you know, I want to have like a nice house somewhere, you know, a nice like cool, cozy place that I can just vibe out at. So like,
no, that'd be nice.
I'm willing to just put the work in for, you know, the time.
Where can fans follow you?
Cliche Aman, it's all one word, CLICHEAMAN. I don't really post that much on social media, but I will post a couple like song snippets. You guys can hear some stuff I've been working on. Some stuff I sent you, yeah. The demos.
Oh, the merch or the demos?
The demos. Never
I
mind.
think you sent them. Yeah, I think you probably sent them to me. Yeah, you did send them to me, because I was like, I thought you were talking about the merch, because his merch is so cool. Like, just telling you now, like, you sent me the ones, I think the other ones you made, they were literally so cool. I was like, oh my god, this guy's talented. Like, I was like, fuck.
Thank you.
No problem. Well, thank you for being on Welcome to the K today.
Thank you for